Rain tapped gently against the cafe window as Emily sat nervously at the small wooden table, clutching her handbag like a lifeline. Her palms were sweaty, her heart raced, and she glanced at the clock every 30 seconds. Blind dates weren't her thing, especially not after everything she had gone through, but her best friend had convinced her to take a chance. She wanted to believe that maybe, just maybe, love could find her again. But this time, Emily wasn't walking into the cafe alone. At her side, clinging tightly to her hand, was her 6-year-old son, Daniel. His big brown eyes darted around the room, wide with both curiosity and shyness. He carried his little toy car everywhere, rubbing its chipped edges for comfort. Emily had tried desperately to find a babysitter, but after several calls and no luck, she faced two choices: cancel the date, or bring Daniel along and risk scaring the man away before the evening even began. When the tall figure entered the cafe, Emily's breath caught. He was even more striking than she had imagined. Broad shoulders, crisp suit, the kind of confidence that made people turn their heads. This was Nathan Cole, a well-known CEO whose company name she had seen in business magazines. She swallowed hard, already sure this was going to be a disaster. As he approached the table, she blurted out before he could even sit down. I'm so sorry. I couldn't find anyone to watch my son. If this makes things awkward, I understand." There was a long pause. Emily's face burned with embarrassment as she braced herself for disappointment. But then Nathan crouched down, eye level with Daniel, and smiled warmly. "Hey, buddy," he said softly, "what's your name?" Daniel clutched his toy car tighter. "Daniel. That's a strong name," Nathan replied, shaking his little hand as if he were greeting the most important person in the world. "I'm Nathan, and you know what? I think it's pretty awesome you came along." Emily blinked in surprise. She had expected annoyance, maybe even judgment, but not kindness. Something in her chest loosened for the first time in years. As the evening went on, Nathan didn't just focus on Emily. He included Daniel in their conversation, asking him about school, his favorite games, even pretending to race the toy car across the table. The cafe staff glanced over with smiles, watching the unlikely trio laugh together. Emily's nerves slowly melted into warmth she hadn't felt in years. Halfway through the date, Emily excused herself to the restroom, fighting back tears. She had grown used to men backing away the moment they learned she was a single mom. Her past relationship had left scars, an ex who walked away when things got hard, leaving her to pick up the pieces alone. Since then, she had worked 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. She told herself she didn't need anyone, but deep down, she longed for someone who wouldn't just accept her, but love Daniel too. When she returned, she found Nathan helping Daniel draw cars on a napkin with a borrowed pen. The sight tugged at her heart. "I have to be honest," Emily said softly, sitting back down. "Most people don't react the way you did. They see me as baggage." Nathan looked at her with a sincerity that made her chest tighten. "Emily, you're not baggage. You're a mother. That's strength, not weakness. And any man who can't see that isn't worth your time." For a moment, the cafe noise faded, and Emily could only hear the beating of her own heart. The rest of the night flowed easily. They shared stories. Emily about her struggles raising Daniel, Nathan about growing up without a father and watching his mother work tirelessly to provide for him. "Maybe that's why I understand," he admitted. "I know how much a strong mom sacrifices. I've seen it firsthand." When the evening ended, Nathan insisted on walking them home despite the drizzle. Daniel's little hand fit comfortably in his, and Emily found herself smiling as they strolled through the glowing streetlights. At her doorstep, she turned nervously. "Thank you for tonight. I didn't expect." Nathan interrupted her with a gentle smile. "Emily, don't apologize again. Tonight was perfect, and if you'll let me, I'd like to see both of you again." Her throat tightened. No man had ever said that to her. Over the next weeks, Nathan became more than just someone she dated, he became a part of their little world. He showed up at Daniel's soccer games, helped with school projects, and never once made Emily feel like she had to choose between being a mother and being a woman deserving of love. Of course, doubts crept in. Emily feared that maybe this was too good to last. But Nathan proved, time and again, that his intentions were genuine. One evening, As they all sat in the park watching Daniel chase fireflies, Nathan turned to her with quiet conviction. "Emily, you apologized that night for bringing Daniel on our date. But I want you to know something, your son wasn't a mistake. He was the best part of that night. He showed me who you are. And I don't just want to be with you. I want to be with both of you. If you'll let me." Tears spilled down Emily's cheeks as she realized she had finally found what she thought was impossible, a man who didn't just love her, but who cherished her son too. That night, under the glow of fireflies, Emily's heart healed in a way she never thought possible.